solve the equation by factoring. All right, so we have an equation here with one variable, and that variable being x. And we want to solve this for x. We're trying to find the number that when you plug it into the x here, it makes the equation true. Now we're going to solve it by factoring. That means we need to get one side of the equal sign equal to 0. But first, I notice a fraction here. I'm going to get rid of that fraction by multiplying both sides by x. When you do it over here on the left, you're going to have to distribute the x on the left. So you get 7x squared minus 13x on the left, and then just a 2 on the right. Now the x squared is the indicator that it's a quadratic equation. So one way to solve quadratic equations is by factoring. And that means we need one side 0. So we can get one side 0 here by subtracting 2 on both sides. So we get 7x squared minus 13x minus 2 equals 0. Now that I have 0 on one side, I'm going to factor the other side. This is a trinomial, so it's possible that it can be factored into 2 binomials. There's many ways to factor trinomials, but this one's set up so that I can FOIL and reverse it pretty quickly. These two first terms in each binomial need to multiply together to get 7x squared, and this basically just one possible scenario. It's going to be 7x and x. And then the last two terms in the binomials need to multiply together to give this minus 2 or negative 2 number here. That means one's positive, one's negative. So it's going to be, just 2 and 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So we need a 2 and a 1, or a 1 and a 2. You need to make it so that the inner and outer terms combine together to give you a negative 13. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the minus 2 here. That creates a negative 14x when you do the outer. This one's going to have to be a plus 1, plus 1x. A negative 14x plus a 1x does give you a negative 13x. So it's factored correctly. And you can check it by FOILing it and seeing that it comes out to this trinomial. All right, the reason for factoring is because we have two factors multiplying to give 0. That can only happen if one or both of these are 0. So the next step is to set each of them equal to 0 and solve. All right, we're going to solve this one for x by subtracting 1 on both sides and then dividing by 7. And we get negative 1/7. And this one you just add 2 on both sides and we get x equals 2. So we end up with two solutions here. We got negative 1/7 and 2. There you go.